Is this thing on? My wife and I have been lately discussing whether we actually like traveling or we just like the idea of traveling. Recently, we went on a trip to Valencia a couple weeks ago to visit with her cousin and her family. They were traveling through Spain. We found it, of course, we enjoyed it, and we had the goal of meeting with her cousin, but it's quite tiring. A few hiccups that we along the way that kind of made it a bit more difficult, and ultimately you get home, you're tired. So we had this discussion whether it's do we like actually traveling or do we like the idea of traveling, posting the pictures, having had been there, and basically saying we can do it. So first we arrived at 10 a.m. in Valencia from the airport, an early flight, and we were able to store our bags at the air or at the hostel, and so that's nice. Just kind of throw them there, and typically I don't mind that because you can go to the museum, you can explore the city, you can do whatever you want because you don't have your bag. But we were like pretty tired, we needed a shower, and just kind of tired. So we got lunch, went to an Ecuadorian restaurant that we had looked up, got some brunch there, and then after that we had another 3 hours to kill before the 3:30 p.m. check-in. So we just like, okay, it was quite warm, sunny, so we just went to the park, sat in the shade, and just kind of hung out for a while. So that kind of was tiring because we wanted to just like get cleaned up and rest in the hostel. And then the next day we went to the City of Arts and Science there. It's a big compound in Valencia. They have an aquarium, opera house, science museum, who else more? And I wanted to go to the science museum. I had heard of it. My friend said it was quite nice, so okay, let's go check it out. But it's a really big, intimidating compound. You don't know where to start, which building to go to. It's literally huge. So we just picked one and went up to it. And I said, oh yeah, it looks nice. What is this? Okay, 10 euros for an audio tour, self-guided audio tour. Sounds fine. And I said, this is the arts? And then she said, yeah, this is the arts. But like it's the opera house, which is called the arts. And I thought it was like arts and science museum, all connected. But it's not. So we went to the opera house. Well, and ultimately it was quite interesting because I have never been inside of one. I've seen the Philharmonic Opera House from the observation deck, but actually not like do a tour of it. So they had like a audio tour describing the construction process and the stage technology and behind the stage and all these sort of things. Was quite interesting. And in the auditorium, how the seats were set up and all the acoustics are set up. They have a ceramic mosaic, Spanish style within the auditorium area, which isn't good for acoustics, so they have to adjust and accommodate through other techniques. So ultimately, it was a quite nice tour, and the construction process was interesting. They had all concrete and even left the wood forms markings on it, so it gives this sort of texture on the concrete. So that was quite interesting. And then, we didn't go to the museum though, but that's okay. So that was kind of just a funny mishap, but ultimately ended up being fun. Then we met up with Veronica's cousin and the family. So that was nice. Had some catch up, and I was able to get to know them better. We went for dinner, got a nice paella, the squid ink black rice paella, which was quite interesting. Tastes good, but it was like jet black. And some nice sangria, so that was really nice. That's like something we really like, is eating the local food and enjoying the culture and just kind of enjoying, and of course visiting with the family. So that was really nice. Then the next day we went to the aquarium. They have a 2-year-old kid traveling in the family, so we said, let's go to the aquarium, which again is in this big the City of Arts and Science compound, and that was really nice. We wouldn't have thought of going there, but it was super, super good. Really big, lots of exotic fish and alligators, even whales, dolphins. We saw a dolphin show. That was really cool. They can do tricks. They're doing backflips, things like that, and yeah, so that was really nice. Nice thing to see that we wouldn't have gone without their suggestion. So we had the paella, and we also had some tapas, just like jamon and olives, and so that was good to experience that. They also have really nice beer there, like some good IPAs. And so that was good. And then one of the last meals of the nights with the family, we just say, oh, we're walking after aquarium. So let's get some food. This looks nice. Let's check out this one. And we end up finding on the parks the child could play with the mother-in-law that was there. And then it was just like a pizza kebab shop with like €2 beers, getting pizza and outside, good weather, sitting on the park there. There's also a bunch of people there. And again, like €2 Estrella beers. So it was like really nice vibes, really nice chill, cheaper, just like kind of relaxed. So that was really nice. And we chatted and visited for a few hours there. So that was really good. That was nice. We also tried to check out the beach. The first couple days were warm and sunny. And then the second couple days were like 20 degrees, raining, overcast. So not like perfect, like not like enjoyable. But the first day we probably could have had more of a beach day. But the day we went was warm, but it like sunny and warm, 27 sunny, but it was windy, really windy. And we went to the beach, and of course the beach is even more windy than like in the city. So we didn't swim or even really lay there for a while because it was quite windy, like really. But it was comfortable and warm and nice views and pretty huge beach to check out. So that was nice to see. But yeah, of course, ultimately wasn't like a beach day. But we were going in springtime, so have to go in the actual peak season of the summer to really enjoy that, I think, for the beach. So we took the budget airlines, Aero Wings there and Ryanair on the way back, and only paid for the under the seat baggage, just the backpack. And on the way there, it was fine. Everything's good. But on the way back, they were doing control, and you have to put the backpack in their little box thing. And we have like regular school backpacks. They're stuffed full of things, but like just regular school backpacks. And it wouldn't fit in their box, and we had to pay like a fee. So stupid because so that was pretty annoying. Just Ryanair trying to scam people. And we ended up getting back late to Cologne and then taking the train back with like longer train than normal, getting back at midnight. So it was like tiring. And that's where we were like, hey, do we really like seeing the downsides of it? So to come back to our question of, do we really like to travel or do we just like the idea of it? We came to the conclusion that we need to have a goal. You need to have a goal for when you want to visit somewhere. Last year we went to Florence because I had never been there. I wanted to see the David and the whole Renaissance area. So that was just like a particular goal. And of course this Valencia trip, the goal was to visit with family that we normally don't get to see. So, and ultimately I filled that goal and the whole trip was worth it. Also, we decided that doing bigger trips, 2 or 3 weeks to farther countries instead of just like a couple days within Europe. So of course like Canada and Ecuador to visit family and back home, or in the future we want to do bigger trips like Japan or Thailand. And the goal is to go there and visit, not just like and to see the cultures and food and everything. So do you really like traveling, or do you just like the idea of traveling? Or maybe you don't even like traveling at all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.